founder CEO of TinyBeans. Originally from Australia, from Sydney, moved here late last year, my wife and 4 boys, to really scale and grow the TinyBeans business. The best way to explain TinyBeans is to show you. So enjoy. So from that, I just wanted to sort of, hope the video explained this, but one of the key problems we're looking to solve is privacy. So it's very difficult today for parents to be able to capture moments and share them privately with families all over the world in a very simple way. And the second problem as parents is that it's really hard to find the right content for you as a parent when your child needs it. There's lots and lots of great content out there. The hardest thing is trying to find the most relevant content. These are the 2 key problems we're looking to solve. So the solution is really this global network that connects parents and families to the people and the things the child needs. That's really what we're about. So it's really this family ecosystem. On one side we have the buyers, so I guess, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles. They're really the ones engaging really with these wonderful moments with the children every day. On the other side we have the sellers, and this is over the next sort of 3 to 5 years we're building out, but over the next 12 to 18 months we're very focused on products and content. And really we're capturing an incredible amount of data on the child and really the entire family. So we're not only capturing wonderful data like age and gender, we're capturing milestones, first steps, first crawl, etc. And basically parents are using this to sort of capture these wonderful moments and really be able to share that with their families. A huge amount of data and obviously linking that data to wonderful content out there. We're all about mobile first, so parents use this beautiful app every day. They capture these moments and they share them. I get to share with family everywhere. I spoke to a mum the other day, a military family, her husband's in the Marines, and this is his way to see basically every day, different things that happen with a child. So lots and lots of great use cases where privacy is really at the utmost. You're going to be able to share that, in a very private way to anyone you choose. And they can capture wonderful milestones. We have over 250 milestones from the ages of 0 and 6, which really helps the parents understand the different stages of the child's life, and then we can create and deliver great content. It's really highly targeted to those milestones, to the child, and to obviously the parents. The market opportunity is pretty big. So 135 million newborns are born globally, and we think that's really a target market for us. We're in currently 192 countries around the world, but actually 3/4 of them in the US, so really the users are everywhere. And really we see ourselves being in the advertising game. So this year 25 billion is being spent in online advertising alone. And really, our players really to be part of that. Yes, there's an e-commerce play, but really at the forefront is really about content, really advertising, and I'll show you some of that in a minute. Competition. So really, most of the competition is pretty generic and very, public. So basically, brands, I'm sure that you all know, they're very much, everyone, there's not much in the way of privacy. Everyone shares with everyone. There's obviously focused markets on mum as well. And yes, there's obviously platforms around moments and photos and there are these players around, again, family, but really no one's owning it around the data and the moments. So TinyBeans is really there to not only, again, create this private experience, but again, create a very trusted, engaged relationship with the families all over the world. So some of our engagement metrics, our traction to date, we have over 700,000 users on the platform, roughly 240,000 monthly active. So basically, and on average, they're using us 13 times a month. So incredible amount of engagement. We send about 4 million emails a month purely on journal activity. So not marketing activity, just journal activity. And we have an incredible 75% unique open rates on the emails. So like grandparents, great-grandparents, everyone's opening these emails and have incredible engagement. So fantastic open rates and click-through rates. And at the moment we've got over 15 million moments on the platform, growing at about a million a month. And 80% of those moments some sort of meta description. A huge amount of data that we're capturing around every moment. This is our business model. So we have a premium version we launched about 6 weeks ago. So you can download the free version today. You can upgrade to premium. We're sitting at about a 2.5% conversion from free at the moment. And given we just launched, we're pretty happy with that. And really, our main aim is really advertising and content. And like as an example, we're running Scholastic around, again, a mixture of great content for the parent around literacy and great books that they can obviously purchase directly. So again, this hybrid of content and product. And again, we've done a range of pilots in Australia, and we're about to kick off some pilots in the US, which is pretty exciting. Some plan of milestones. Our goal is to get to 300,000 active users by August, in the next couple of months. Roughly, our goal is around $1 million run rate over the next 4 months. A whole bunch of brands we're in discussions with, and it's very, very exciting because these brands have never had this chance to be able to target these families at the right time with this lucky level of data that we have. And it's really important for us to have a very trusted and authentic experience with the families. It's not as if we're going to bombard them with ads. It's a far more integrated experience. And again, a whole range of other milestones. Our goal is really to do a Series A round over the next 3 to 6 months. Great story, actually. I reached out to Birdsbees. I'm sure some of you heard of Birdsbees. It probably took a few months to get to the right person. I reached out to the head of marketing. And she responded really positively, literally within like the hour. And I didn't know that she'd been using TinyBeans for over 2 years. Super awesome. So basically, we're in discussion with them around a pilot. But again, it's great that obviously the brand has grown organically that way. Accelerated growth for us, we're looking to raise $6 million, potentially up to $8 over the next 6 months. That's really there to get us to roughly 5 million registered users. Obviously, some of the other goals around revenue I showed earlier. The breakdown you can see there, but really for us, it's about, we raised money last July. Now it's really there to validate the business and really validate the monetization model. And the Series A is really to accelerate those things. So basically, we're looking for some great partners, some great opportunities, and hopefully you'll be part of our journey. Thank you.
What's the cost when you upgrade?
So it's basically you can upgrade by month. It's $8 a month or $80 a year. So that's the anchor price we wanted to set, just to see what the market's like. That's what we launched in May, and we're now toying with different models around potential trials or potential half-price flash sales. So we're still toying with that, but basically we're still sort of figuring out the price at the moment. That's what the price is, and it seems to be accepting, especially for users that have signed up in the last 3 to 4 months. So we're getting a much higher conversion on recent sign-ups than people have been for 2 years because we've obviously trained them into free.
What features do you get on the premium?
So basically, for example, the free one is provides 30-second videos. If you want 5-minute videos, it's paid. The free one you can upload only 1 moment at a time. The paid one is up to 20 moments at a time. You're going to be able to do customized slideshows. It's on the paid. You want to export all your moments and back them up, so to speak, it's paid. So a whole bunch of features around really enhancing the whole experience. But what's interesting is that the whole journal is upgraded. So if I'm a parent and I've got 15 people following my journal, everyone gets upgraded. So the grandparents get the features, the aunts and uncles. So it's not like just the dad only or the mum only. So there's a whole use case we're about to launch around gifting. So if grandparents want to see longer videos of the grandchild, they can gift the upgrade to the family.
Is the product, is it walled off, or can you push to Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, totally, yeah, absolutely. So basically at the moment, so we want the default to be TinyBeans. You add it to TinyBeans, and then basically you just hit the Facebook icon. It'll post to Facebook as well, and you just do a hashtag and post to Instagram as well. But the default, we want it to be TinyBeans. We're not anti, big social. We're just social in context. So everyday moments should be here. The big moments, the birthdays, the first steps, the holidays, sure, push it to Facebook. And it says you shared a TinyBeans moment on Facebook.
And could you just talk a little more about customer acquisition?
Sure. So basically, the lion's share of the users have been organic. We've done a whole range of paid, and it really hasn't worked that well in terms of the cost paid and the engagement we paid. So really the organic, because fundamentally, when a parent has the app and boasts about it to their friend, that's really what drives best conversion. But having said that, we've got a great partnership with an in-hospital photography company that invites everyone to TinyBeans. Because it's like a great time, right? You're just taking the first moments, just like a hospital, and it's a great time to start the sort of digital baby book. But so it's a combination of partnerships for really selected ones. Paid, we're not doing anything at the moment, there's really nothing that's really worked for us there. But really organic is really the best. So our organics are growing every day. It's pretty exciting.
And you've done paid in all like the mommy blogs and all that stuff, and it hasn't converted well?
Well, yes, it hasn't converted well from an investment perspective. So you can spend, all those, we've got a bunch of bloggers, we've got Facebook, Twitter, even niche networks, and they all promise a lot, but really when you're looking at, download and for us it's pretty critical. Download and sign up is really the key measure, and sometimes they're like $8 to $15, $20 an install, and it's just too high. Ideally you want to get it down to a couple of bucks if that.
There have been a number of closed social networks that haven't done well. Path comes to mind and a few others. So just kind of talk me through how you guys are different.
Sure. So we find in all those, even private networks, they're still pretty generic. So with Path even, you could be doing, I'm going out for the weekend with friends, these are my sporting mates, these are my work buddies. It's still pretty generic. So what TinyBeans is all about is only about the child. So there's nothing else except the child. So basically, you capture these moments of the child, and anyone you want to have part of that network, you invite. So, I invited my mum, who's the grandmother of my children, and as soon as I add her to the journal, she automatically starts getting emails every day. Doesn't have to sort of sign up, doesn't have to basically download and do anything that's, tricky. So like, again, we have, I spoke to a user the other day in St. Louis, and he said his 94-year-old grandfather from Phoenix comments every day on his daughter's moments, like a 94-year-old. So again, it's creating incredible engagement, but really all about the child. So again, none of these networks have specific data points around the child, so you can capture weight, height, milestones, it's all about the child. We find that they're all still pretty generic.
So with the $6 million you're about to raise, how do you plan on spending it?
Yep. So basically, roughly, I would say roughly a third to 45% is going to be engineering to build up this media platform we're looking to do. Roughly, I would say 20%, 25% is sales, roughly 15-20% marketing, and then obviously the rest is just operations. But I guess what we're looking to do, what we're going to kick off is validation. So talking to great brands, validating the metrics. Again, we've had some phenomenal metrics already come back. And it's really the scale. So our sales team is going to be critical, growing the brand, growing the media, because we speak to parents around TinyBeans, and more often than not, they haven't heard of it. So how do we build the brand? And I think that's why I moved here, really, to scale the company.
Have you done user testing to see if the consumers are going to feel like this media and advertising is going to erode the product experience?
Yeah. So we've actually yes, and we've rolled it out. So Scholastic and Huggies, they're on live production. So basically, if you download the app and you set up your children, you'll see that content. So it's real. So again, the feedback has been they want more. So for example, with Scholastic, they said, this is great, but why aren't you doing HarperCollins? Like, you're meant to be independent, so why are you giving me Scholastic stuff? So because it's highly relevant. We're doing a pilot with Huggies around their pull-ups and toilet training. And the parents in the room, when the child's ready for toilet training, nothing else matters. So the engagement on that is incredible, but as soon as they're done, toilet training, they're not interested in it. So because they're using their app every day, it's sort of a great way to see the relevancy for their children inside the app. So we've even done a whole bunch of banners, banner ads to test, and the open rates are still as high and the engagement's still as high. I mean, the pilot we did with Huggies got a 13% click-through rate on the emails. I think that's incredible, because you're only sending it to the parents that need it. You're not sending it to your parents with 4-year-olds. Like, well, hopefully not, but yeah. Sure.
How do you handle security?
So basically, again, great question. So security is very, very important, and everything is really built security from the ground up. So, for example, all the moments are randomly generated, like the names of it, photos that is, and videos are linked to basically any of the people data. All the passwords are encrypted. We don't even access it. So it's a whole bunch of security built from the ground up that we're constantly adding to it. And again, because it's all private, like, I can't search for you, you can't search for me, you can't go out in the public forum and see anything. So we've built a lot of security from within to, again, deliver on the promise of private.
All right, we're out. Time's up. Thanks.
All right, thanks very much.